Hi guys, Nick Jennison with Guitar Interactive. Today we're taking a look at the SB-700 from our friends at Aria. Now you guys will know that I'm a huge fan of Aria's guitars. I feel like they offer an unbelievable level of value for money, especially at their entry-level price points, which are bonkers. But today we're taking a look at a bass, and this is something of a classic. I'm sure you'll be very familiar with the Aria SB silhouette. It's been played by the likes of Rudy Sarzo, Marcus Miller, Cliff Burton. I will caveat this by saying that I can't play like any of those guys because I am, of course, a guitar player, shock horror, but even still, us guitar players need basses in our lives, and this is the kind of bass that speaks to me because it plays really well, it looks beautiful, and it has a lot of that very classic vibe that I associate with those great performers that I love so much, and also it is really simple to operate while still offering a load of tonal versatility. In the intro, you heard us playing with some fingers through our Cali Bass 400 preset on our Quad Cortex. Let's switch things up for a second and we'll take a listen to the DI sound, once again played with fingers. What you'll notice me doing here is playing with this toggle. This is going to affect our single pickup, which is a humbucking pickup. This puts it from parallel into series. Now parallel is going to be a little more scooped, it's going to be a little less output. When we go into series, we get more of that full-throated mid-forward humbucker tone. I'll play with that as we go with our DI sound, then we'll come back, we'll talk more about the spec. There will be some more specific playing examples, we'll try a few more sounds, but first a DI example. So now we've heard the SB-700 played through an amp sim and also played DI. We'll do all of our future examples through an amp sim because it's a lot more fun. We're going to talk more about the spec, starting as we are wont to do at the headstock. So beginning at the headstock, we have Aria's long, elegant, and classic two-a-side headstock design. We've seen this on SB basses for years, and it's just something that evokes a big smile for someone like myself who's been a metal fan growing up. Love a bit of this sort of stuff, but of course this bass is not limited to just metal. Again, loads of great players in all sorts of styles have played a bass just like this. Unlike the originals, we have a neck-through design. Let me show you this on the back real quick. Now this is something really quite special. Again, these basses are not crazy expensive. This is a really, really beautiful example, but they don't cost the earth, which is pretty wild given the spec of this bass. Now we have maple, walnut, maple, walnut, maple for a 5-ply neck-through design. It's a 34-inch scale, so fairly standard fare here. You'll notice the heel, well, there isn't one because the neck goes all the way through the body. We have ash body wings as well, which is available in 3 finishes, 3 different stains on the natural ash. Now, I'm going to flip this over and show you the fretboard. Now, right at the top of the fretboard, we have a bone nut. We have a legit rosewood fretboard with some pretty jumbo frets. These feel like nice big frets to me, which is something I like to see. I'm not a fan of those tiny vintage frets. As we mentioned, it's a 34-inch scale with dot inlays taking us all the way down to the 24th fret. So Cliff Burton fans will be able to get right up there and play all of those high Gs if that's something you're into. Our pickup is a single MB1E humbucking pickup, which, as we mentioned, can be either in parallel or in series for a more scooped and slightly less high output tone, or a full, big, thick humbucker. It is passive, there are no batteries to deal with here, which is nice. I'm a big fan of a passive bass tone. We have master volume, master tone, we'll explore those in a moment, but another thing I want to show you is the bridge. Now this is the QHB1 bridge that we found on the original SB basses, and it's been recreated in its entirety on this model, and the bridge is a big part of a bass's tone, so this is a really nice addition. Pleased to see that there. It feels rock solid, no side-to-side movement on the saddles thanks to these big cutouts that the grub screws go into, but also we have plenty of intonation adjustment available too, and action height adjustment. Although, straight from the factory, this bass plays really, really easily, which is nice, something I like to see. I'm a guitar player, I've got princess fingers after all. Anyway, let's go to the controls for a second, and we're going to explore the effect of our series parallel switch in conjunction with the bass's tone control. Now, you'll be surprised how much you can transform this bass's tone just with these two controls. We can go from a very bright, slightly scooped sound all the way through to a dubby, sub-only kind of sound with just these two controls. No need for active cut or boost or any of that sort of stuff. Let's take a listen to how that sounds. Next up, let's do some more sound examples, and we're going to start by playing this bass with a pick, which, to be honest, is more my wheelhouse. Now, I've been playing with fingers to try and show willing up until this point, but I'm really more of a pick player. So we're going to grab a fairly slim pick. I do prefer a slightly thinner pick for bass playing. It gives us a little bit more clank, in my opinion. We're going to start with a cleaner sound, and then we'll do another pick demonstration with a much more overdriven tone. But first, a cleaner sort of edge of breakup kind of sound. And next up, let me indulge my heavy metal fantasies by playing something a little more overdriven once again with a pick. I'm going to dig in pretty hard this time, and as with the previous example, we'll go between the series and parallel settings on our humbucking pickup. And last but not least, again, I'm a guitar player here, so you'll need to forgive my technique, but I'm going to have a go at playing some slap stuff because, again, Marcus Miller played one of these basses, so we've got to listen to how well it produces that slap tone. We're going to stay with the same California bass sound. Let's explore the difference between the series and parallel. I think I'll probably enjoy the parallel more for this, although I am quite a fan of a big, thick, mid-forward slap tone too. So let's take a listen to how they sound. So there you go, guys, that's been a look at the Aria SB-700. This is a bass that really does it for me. I'm a big fan of this particular silhouette. I've loved the players that have played this model over the years, and it's great to have this available for purchase. I may pick one of these up myself. I like pretty much everything about it. I enjoy the simplicity of the single pickup, but that series parallel control gives us a load of tonal options, especially in conjunction with the tone control. It works great played with fingers. It's surprisingly good for slap, even if you're not much of a slap flat player like myself, and it is absolutely tremendous when you dig in with an aggressive pick, either distorted or with a slightly cleaner sound. It works a dream. Once again, this is the Aria SB-700. My name is Jennison for Guitar Interactive. I'll see you next time.